on this fight for tonight. So the link is pinned to the top if y'all want to tap in and cook up with your boy. And I got this specific topic right here that I definitely want to cook up on right here. That something that I've been very advocate on. The other night right here. The Ali Reform Act. No, we're very advocates for this fucking bill not to pass because this bill is going to shit on the fighters. The fighters is not going to have no say so in their own right. They're going to lose their independency if this bill passes. And we, as boxing fans, we truly have to be advocate for this bill not to pass. Real shit. And I want to play this video right here with from the press conference the other day with Sean Zittel going at Dana White and pressing his ass, and it was beautiful. It was truly beautiful, and I'm about to play it right here.
Good evening, everybody. A couple questions for Dana. Dana, this fight, as you said earlier in the week, is set to be the third highest gate in combat sports history, the second biggest gate you've promoted alongside Mayweather-McGregor. The top 5 gates in combat sports history come in boxing, and they come in the last 10 years. So my question to you is, why then do you want to make sweeping changes to the Muhammad Ali Reform Act that is meant to protect fighters to bring about a business model that currently has your company already paid out $375 million in antitrust lawsuits and has 2 potential pending class action lawsuits on the way as well?
Well, this is obviously a long discussion. If you want to talk to me about that, set up an interview. This isn't about me and my business. It's about these 2 guys on Saturday night.
My follow-up, Dana. Earlier this week, the California State Athletic Commission had a hearing about TKO trying to bring those changes to the Ali Act, and it was postponed 3 months.
Listen, I get it. You want to showboat right now. Set up an interview with me if this is really what you want to talk about.
It's America, baby.
If you have questions for these 2, ask them and you can set up an interview with me.
Dana, my follow-up is, if TKO can't make those changes to the Ali Act, will you still invest in the sport of boxing? Will you compete in the market?
Listen, if you want to be an asshole, let's do it in private and we can do an interview.
Yes or no?
If you want to showboat, I get it. If you have questions for these 2 that are fighting on Saturday, that's a different story.
Fight.
This isn't a discussion to have at a press conference for these 2 that are going to fight on Saturday, 2 legends. If you want to set up an interview with me and ask me these questions, let's do it one-on-one.
Sounds
and
good.
You can ask me anything you want.
All right. Well, Terrence and Saul, have a good fight.
Hey, man. Hey. I want to say this right out the gate. Dana White a bitch. I'm saying it out the gate for everybody. Dana White a whole bitch. He get pressed on the questions from Sean Zittel, and y'all guys, it's open for guys to ask questions at the press conference. Y'all leaving it open for media to ask these questions, to ask whatever they fucking want. Why the fuck Dana White can't answer the fucking question? Why when these guys get asked about the Ali Reform Act from TKO and all of them guys on that side, Turkey and Dana White, none of these guys want to fucking talk about it. But they're pushing for this shit to fucking pass. You see what I'm saying? You see the fucking hypocrisy from these guys. You see the fraud shit from these fucking guys. And then, do you truly, and I want to pose this question, do you truly think Dana White is going to give Sean Zittel an interview after he just pressed him in front of the world? You know damn well he ain't going to give that man no fucking interview. We know that for a fucking fact. Especially because he just suppressed his ass. And this whole Ali Reform Act, they don't want to talk about it. Shit, I talked about it last night on my brother Angry White Man Boxing Podcast, man. Salute to William Old School and D1, man. My brothers, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to them, man. And for sure, my brother, all things, man, you heard what he said. Make sure y'all smash the like button, man, for sure. Please smash the like button. The algorithm been janky as hell on YouTube. So please smash the like button, man. Help us move the content in the algorithm, man. Please do, for sure, man. And for sure, Dana White, we he got pressed, and I love when Sean Zittel, he put it out there saying, no, y'all trying to pass this, Ali Reform Act, and Dana White, you're the same guy that's, getting sued for $375 million from former UFC fighters right now. Like you're having to pay that out right now. Like your pay scale that you pay your UFC fighters is shitty as hell. Where a lot of those UFC fighters, they want to come over to boxing and box because in boxing right now, they're getting fucking more money than fucking UFC fighters. And that's just the pure fucking facts. And we all know this. Even casual fans know this, that boxers are getting paid more than UFC fighters. And what you think UFC gonna do now that they just signed on with Paramount for all of that money just now? They gonna pocket a lot of that fucking money that they gonna be getting from Paramount, and they gonna be paying a lot of them UFC fighters shitty ass pays. And that's the fact of the fucking matter right there. And then they're trying to bring that whole shit into boxing. All of the boxing fans be glamoring and dick eating over Turkey out of sheet, paying these fighters all of these millions of shit to fight. And the real shit of that shit with Turkey out of sheet, he pays you more money to fight over there in Saudi Arabia than in America. If we want to be real, Turkey out of sheet. The reason why Shakur Stevenson and fucking Teofimo Lopez fight is going to be in Saudi Arabia is because they're going to get more money fighting in Saudi Arabia than they would in America, which is pure outlet bullshit. Why did Turkey Al Sheikh have this fire ass card for November 22nd? Fire ass card from top to bottom. That's going to be in Saudi Arabia, but then for Canelo and Bud, he gives us this for an undercard. This for an undercard. Names the guys that people know. These aren't real fighters. These guys put their life on the line and they do their damn thing and shit for sure. Salute to all these guys that's going to be fighting today. But at the same time, you would have thought Canelo and Crawford would have had a fire ass card like they got in November 22nd rather than this and this. And that's the truth of the matter. It shows that they're literally trying to boost their tourism out there in Saudi Arabia, much as fucking possible. And them people in Saudi Arabia, you watch them at the fights, they don't give a fuck about boxing up there. They truly don't. Them people in Saudi Arabia don't give a damn about boxing. They be in their phones while the fights be going on. Shit, Shakur Stevenson, shit, his first time fighting Josh Padley in fucking Saudi Arabia, he got booed after he stopped him. He stopped Josh Padley and then he got booed after the shit, bro. And Shakur's gonna go over there and fight over there in Saudi Arabia for the fucking bag. And y'all talk about other fighters fighting for the bag and shit and doing fucked up shit in boxing and fucking up boxing because of they taking particular fights and all of this shit. When we don't talk about the aspect of our American fighters going over there to Saudi Arabia, fighting over there for the money over there. We got guys over there getting sick and shit, fighting over there that can't even fight. A lot of crazy, weird shit going over there from Turkey. Turkey Al Sheikh and TKO, them guys, they try to block. They're blocking boxing scene from covering this fight today. Boxing scene hasn't covered any Turkey Al Sheikh fights in the last 13 months since Crawford fought Madrimov. They have not been at any of Saudi Arabia, Stella and Turkey Al Sheikh or Ring Magazine fights since Madrimov and Crawford. You see them the other day. They was trying to block the sanctioning bodies out from even, presenting the belts to the champions for this fight today. They trying to block the sanctioning bodies out from shit, bro. All because of this whole Ali Reform Act right here. And they playing a grimy ass game, man. And us as boxing fans, man, we gotta read the room. We gotta wake up and see this shit for what it is with Turkey Al Sheikh and their motives on what they're doing over there with boxing. They trying to fuck up American boxing bad, really bad, man. And Dana White, he gonna be the spearhead for that shit with TKO and Zuffa boxing. That's the reality of this shit. And us as boxing fans, we really got to push for this shit not to pass. This is real shit. We really got to push that shit. And that's why, on CamJNetwork, I'm going to be a real big advocate for this shit. I'm going to speak about it every show for sure and advocate on this shit. And salute to Sean Zittel for cooking Dana White ass. And like I said before, Dana White talked about you want to be an asshole and be a showboat and all of this shit. He ain't showboating shit. He asked you a fucking grown man ass question that your fucking dickhead ass don't even want to fucking answer. That's the truth of the matter. For real. Dana White's not going to give Sean Zittel a fucking interview. He's not. After he just pressed him in front of the world and cooked his dumb ass and made him look like a whole dickhead. Flat out, man. Ms. Joette, she said they sold to the devil. Absolutely. Shit, you heard when Tank said that picture that they had at that Ring Magazine Award shit, he said that shit looked like some devil shit. And Cass Sports, he said, and so many people say Turkish is good for boxing. That's a crock of bullshit. Absolutely. It's a real live crock of bullshit. It really is. Turkey don't give a fuck about American boxing. He really don't. That's why we got the undercard we got tonight. And Dez 22, he said, I ain't waking up to shit as long as I get to see the fights I want to see. Hey, as a boxing fan, hey, it is what it is. But I'm telling you, with the pay scale that the Ali Reform Act that they have going on, these fighters are not going to get the same pay that they're getting right now. That shit's going to be dead, my nigga. It's going to be dead, just to let you know. So you're not going to get a lot of fights that you want to see under the pay scale that TKO is going to be having for fighters. So you better read the room and wake up on that, because you're not going to get the fights you want to see if this Ali Reform Act passes. Best believe that. For sure. Cash Sports OG says Turkey is the worst thing that's happened to boxing in decades. Hey, I'm in 100% agreement with you. In 100% agreement. For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Isaiah, what you doing? He said, Cam, mark my words, they gon' ban Porter podcast and Sean from attending any Riyadh season events. Absolutely, that's gonna come next too, because they doing this shit with boxing, saying best believe Sean Zittel, his days attending to Riyadh season Ring Magazine events is dead. That shit's definitely dead after this shit for sure. Best believe that. That's definitely a fucking fact. Phoenix, my dog, man. Phoenix the Assassin, man. Salute, man. Hey, the link pinned to the top, man. If y'all want to come up and cook up, man. Definitely, man. The link is definitely pinned to the top, man. Tez 305, he says, so shout out to Sean for asking the real questions, for sure, man. I would love to get Sean's detail on the channel, man. I mentioned this to on my sis Jad King Boxing when we was having a conversation yesterday. I would love to get Sean's detail up on the channel and just talk some boxing with him, man. He got a great boxing mind, man, and I love the content that he does, man. Salute to him for sure, man. For sure. All things said, it's an illusion. Facts, brother. Facts. Facts, man. And my brother, Ring Raw Boxing Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to Ring Raw Boxing Podcast, man. That's family, man. That's my cousin, man, Bean. He said, even if they ban Sean, guess at least he's not their puppet. Absolutely. Nobody don't want to be on a string puppet and shit like fucking Max Kellerman is right now with his dumb ass. They shouldn't even brought Max Kellerman back to boxing, bro. He's the corniest motherfucker in boxing coming back, bro. That is, bro. And a lot of fans was excited for him to come back, man. And We about to cook up. I got a video on that shit with Max Kellerman right here. Let's go ahead and cook up on that right here.
Boxing's not as popular as it used to be anymore, right? UFC is really popular. That's because of Dana White. He built something like the NBA. Stop now, because he's about to do it for boxing again. For boxing now. You want an NBA or an NFL in boxing? Here it comes. Because he knows how to build an institution. And how do you do that?
Hey, Max. Boxing is always bigger and big. Don't say boxing is not big enough. Boxing is big. You know how big is boxing.
Should it get bigger, yes or no? Should it get bigger, Canelo?
Maybe it's going to be bigger, but look, boxing is always big and bigger and bigger. We need to talk about that too. Boxing is boxing.
I love Canelo in English, by the way. I love it.
Boxing is boxing.
No lies. No lies.
So how do you do it?
There.
Hey man, let me play this. I'm gonna play this video. This is for Max Kellerman right here, man. Max Kellerman right here.
I don't know if ain't nobody told you, bro. You feel me? But I feel like I gotta be the one to tell you, family member. You know, it's been going on for a while, bro, and motherfuckers tired of this shit. I'ma tell you though, family. I ain't the one that give a fuck. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie, family. You might be the biggest dick rider ever, family. You a real professional dick rider, feel like you need to go to the Olympics, cuz. You be riding the fuck out that bike, man. Get off that motherfucker, man. It ain't getting you no money, cuz. Stop dick riding, family member. Go get your own motion, your own shit, man. Go to the Olympics.
Hey man, Max Kellerman is a professional fucking dick rider, bro. You see how that nigga right there, bro? Fucking Canelo, he like shit. Boxing always been big. What you talking about? This man, Max Kellerman, talking about he done turned UFC into the NBA. What the fuck, bro? Just because they got to deal with Paramount, yeah. Salute to them for getting to deal with Paramount, for sure. But at the same motherfucker, them guys that fucking UFC right now, ain't no big stars in UFC right now. Ain't no big stars in UFC. Them UFC fighters, they getting paid shitty as hell where they want to come over to boxing and box because they getting real money in boxing. And now you got Dana White cheap ass coming in the fucking boxing and shit. And then Canelo talking about boxing always been big. Always been big. You think Dana White gonna come in and save the fucking day with this TKO and this Ali Reform Act? Miss me with the bullshit. Max Kellerman, they could have kept his bitch ass where the fuck he was at for real. Because all he been doing since he came back, been dick eating, having biased ass takes, talking dumb as hell, looking like a fucking clown. And a lot of y'all boxing fans out there, y'all wanted this dickhead back. And I didn't care for him to be back because he was shitty before he left ESPN. Well, he didn't leave ESPN. ESPN clipped his dumb ass because he was ass for real. And he ass now, man. Isaiah, what you doing, man? What's good, my brother, man? What you got on there, brother?
Yo, could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fucking. It's funny, bro, because the only star they have is John Jones right now, and that motherfucker don't even want to fight. I forget his